Welcome once again, folks, to Cooking with Charles. I'm your host, Charles. So what are we cooking tonight, folks? Well, I'll tell you what we're cooking. We're going to recook one of my most popular videos on YouTube, the Japanese curry. So tonight we're doing Japanese curry roux redo. So folks, get ready. Go grab yourself a libation, strap your feed bag on, and get ready to get cooking with good looking, because you're cooking with Charles in about 2 minutes. Cooking with Charles is made possible by the generous donations of Sully's Superette, the Goffstown Network. If you need a helping hand, they're there to lend that helping hand. If you can lend a helping hand, they can use your help. Welcome back, everybody. Here is to you. I don't know what your libation is, but my libation is a Barrington Chardonnay. Love it, love it, love it. It's going to go great with our curry dish tonight. As I said in the intro, my second most popular video and episode so far has been the Japanese curry. So I'm going to redo it tonight. So it's Japanese curry roux redo. Because believe it or not, Japanese love their curry. It's almost like a national dish over there. In case you didn't know, every Friday, the Japanese Old Navy, they have a curry meal. And, well, if you live in a Japanese home, they have it once or twice a month. So it's a very homey, comfort Japanese food over there. Now, it's not as hot as the traditional curries that you think of, such as Indian curries. It's more sweeter. So let's get started. Let me tell you what you're going to need to cook your own Japanese curry roux. So here are the goods, folks. Okay, ready. You're going to need some flour. A couple of tablespoons of flour, or half a cup. You're going to need, well, you're going to need some curry and some cayenne pepper. You need a sweetener, because Japanese curry is on the sweeter side. So you can use sugar, use honey. Honey would be nice. You could also use a guava nectar. I am going to use sweetened ginger. And I'll tell you how I sweeten that later. And then you're going to need a meat. Well, we're going to use chicken, okay? About 1 pound to 2 pounds, depending on what you want, and any assorted vegetables that you want. We have some onions, some summer squash, and some mushrooms. Use whatever you want. Carrots would work nicely with this dish. And then you want to serve it over a starch, such as a rice, a ramen noodle, or an udon noodle. Tonight, we're going to use a ramen noodle that we've already made ahead of time without that spice pack. So let's get started. Let's get our oil heated up to cook our chicken. Let's go. Here is our chicken, guys. Notice this nice vacuum seal packing job. Why is it like that? Well, last June, for Father's Day, my family got me a food saver. And that food saver is wonderful. So I put some chicken in there, June, because it was on sale. And I pulled it out for this special occasion 6 months later. And you know what? There is not a bit of freezer burn on this chicken. And we are just going to cut this into cubes. Now I got about 2, maybe even 3 pounds over here. So I'm going to make a little extra sauce. But what I gave you is what you'll need to start your own roux. Now, as I said, this is a traditional Japanese meal. The Japanese curry roux is thicker and sweeter. Look at that. That's a nice, beautiful chicken breast. Let me get some of this in the oil already. Perfect. That's going to heat up nicely. Turn that puppy up a little bit. And let's get more chicken juice all over our hands. But as I said, it's a traditional Japanese comfort food. They serve it a few times a month in all the households. As I said, the Japanese Royal Navy, they have it every Friday as a standard meal. So you know they like their curry. And the last time I made this was over a year ago. And I used a store-bought curry roux. And it looked like a Hershey bar. Very good, but you know, it was store-bought. So I figured, because it was so popular with my viewing audience, I wanted to see what else I can make with it. Or how, I want to see how I can make it from scratch. And I found out there's not a lot of from scratch recipes because every household has their own version of how they're going to make it. So there's nothing standard, which is why, you know, you can do what you want to do. I did see a lot of recipes out there that had garam masala, which is another Indian combination of spices. But, you know, we're going to settle with this one. All right, let me get a little wipe up here. Okay, so in this pan over here, I have got our chicken. We are going to brown that up. And now that that's in there, I'm going to add some vegetables. Nothing fancy, just some onions, mushrooms, and as I said, some summer squash. And we don't need any fancy cuts on these. You know, rough chop is perfectly acceptable. Voila. Voila. Cut these mushrooms into quarters. You can also get creative. If you go in your food of the world aisle, it's usually a lot of Asian food in your supermarkets. You will find some straw mushrooms, a lot of Asian mushrooms, which will go perfect with this dish. But I'm using regular white button mushrooms from Pennsylvania here in the U.S. because I want to keep it as local as we can. Simmering away nicely over here. And my summer squash. Love the color of the summer squash. And as I said, you can use any vegetable you want. Carrots would work great, as would broccoli. Even potatoes, but I would go with a sweeter potato. There we go. Okay. If you have some Chinese 5-spice, add that to it. That's going to give a nice fennel-y flavor, which will go perfect with the Japanese curry. I know the Japanese and Chinese aren't really friends, but I think they get along when it comes to the dinner table. All right, that is looking good. Want to get, you know, want to get white on all the sides of your chicken. So that side's good. That side needs a little longer. And this is my sweetened ginger. What I did was I took ginger, I peeled it, I dried it out for about a half an hour in the oven. I got the oven to 400, turned it off, threw the ginger in there, dried it out a little bit. Then I soaked it in sugar water. So it gives it a gingery, very sweet ginger, sweet flavor. And then you freeze it again. And it, just comes out perfect, perfect, perfect in this dish. This is thawed out a little bit. Works great if it's frozen, frozen, frozen. And I feel you can never have too much ginger. So I'm going to just cut off a little piece here. And I'm going to put some big chunks. Oh, the aromas are wonderful here. See how easy this is, folks. So we're not doing anything really that hard. Oh, and I'm using a lot of ginger. This is going to be nice and sweet. There we go. Oh, got some right there. This is going to be great. Oh, it's looking good. It's looking great. And it's smelling wonderful. All right. So what else do we need to do? Well, first of all, we want to congratulate ourselves for the start of the new year, making it through a holiday season. And, well, it's another episode of Cooking with Charles. So here's to you guys. Thank you so much for joining me once more. And, well, what else are we going to talk about tonight? Well, first of all, let's do some business right now. Because, as I mentioned, YouTube, big big part of Cooking with Charles. My second most popular show has been this one on YouTube, which you can find 24/7. It's right there on your screen. Check that out. Cooking with Charles M. All one word, brings you right to my channel. You can also email me, cookingwithcharles@gmail.com. Okay? No M on the end. It's cookingwithcharles@gmail.com. And I can tell you all about these recipes. I can even do them. I can do a recipe for you. If you have something you want to learn how to cook, let me know. Last episode we did, Ed Valade, Goffstown, New Hampshire resident, wanted to learn how to cook onion soup. And we showed him. And let me tell you, he is very, very happy about that. All right, well, that's the business end. Someday I will get my Twitter account working. I'm not quite there yet. It's just a little too much work, and I'm kind of a Luddite when it comes to this technology stuff. But my 7-year-old is really helping out with that. So, you know, here's to Charles V. Thank you, little buddy. All right, so folks, tell you what, right now, let's take a quick break. We want to give us a little attention to our sponsors and our benefactors here. So we'll be right back in just a few moments. So join us again. Hi, I'm Charles Minnick, host of GTV's smash hit, Cooking with Charles. I've teamed up with the Goffstown Network to tell you about their outreach and food pantry programs. The mission of the Goffstown Network is to provide for the hunger-related needs of our neighbors in Goffstown and their surrounding communities. Founded with the governing principles that no person should go hungry and every person deserves our care. The Goffstown Network serves the area by providing food and other services on an emergency short-term basis. This spirit of community and mutual caring is extended to anyone in Goffstown, Dunbarton, and New Boston. Normal hours of operation are Wednesday evenings, 6 to 8 p.m., and Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. to noon. Now, you can also assist them through donations of time, food, or money. Like the help they give, the help they receive is also greatly appreciated. You can reach them by calling the number on your screen or by stopping by the Parish House of St. Matthew's Church. It's located in downtown Goffstown at 7 North Mass Street, right across from Sully's. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us again. Thank you for not leaving. Okay, now we're going to start the star of the show, the actual curry roux. Remember, this is Japanese curry roux redo. Going to start off with 3 tablespoons of butter. Going to put that right in there. You know what? I'm going to go an extra tablespoon because I like mine a little buttery. Going to let that melt down. And while that is happening, we are going to add some water, about 4 cups of water. Remember, I put that in the ingredient list. Those are the goods. Right over here. Let this start to simmer. Now remember, you're going to need a big pot for this. This pot is just barely big enough. Just barely. Good stock pot. Yeah, see how high that is right there? Good stock pot. You can try that. You can always saute in that. Now, remember the last time I did this show? I bought this product, Golden Curry Mild. You can find this in the Asian aisle of any major supermarket, okay? Stuff is wonderful. It's great. But go to an Asian food market, you get 20 different types of this, okay? It's a great way to spice up any dinner. But tonight, we're going to make this ourselves. So, all right, we've got our butter melting. What else do we need to do? Well, we need to get some flour in there because it's a roux. So, oh, here's this. Okay. Okay. Going to use about a half a cup. And that's about a half a cup right there. All right, we're going to take our tongs. This is where the magic happens, okay? Don't be alarmed. God, I love the smell of roux. It's like a clean, nutty flavor when that butter and that flour start doing their magic dance. Okay, we let that sit. Keep that on high. we need our curry. I'm using a red curry. And where do I put my stuff half the time? Oh, it's in here. Okay. Gonna do about 2 tablespoons of the curry. 1, 2. You know what? I like the flavor. Put a little half more. Now the cayenne pepper, depending on how hot you want it. I like mine just a little bit, so I'm going to use about half a teaspoon. Don't want it to go too hot on me. And that is it. Yeah, I'm going to pull this off the heat for a little bit. Just hold it like this, and we're just going to mix and mix and mix. We want to get everything all incorporated. Now I'm going to turn the heat down to a simmer because I don't want it to burn. But the longer I leave it on here, the darker and richer it's going to be. Oh, look at that. Oh, guys, this smells wonderful. Okay. I think we're good on that for the moment. Let that sit. We have this here. We'll put the 4 cups of water in here. We're going to let it come back up to a boil and let that boil for just a few minutes to make sure that everything is cooked and it's nice and hot. I'm actually take a piece of chicken out now, a nice thick piece. Just going to cut into it and see where it's at. And you know what? Where it's at? It's at the stage of heaven. Ha ha! Oh, this is so good. Even the water, you can taste the onion, and you can really taste the ginger that's in there. So spectacular. All right, let's get this closed up. Oh, that is going to be so good, folks. Now, I am going to put a little salt in here, because everything always needs a little salt and pepper. And this pepper blend that I use, this is a pepper blend I'm using tonight. It's got a little bit of coriander in here, which goes great with the curry. Okay, it's the sweetness that I was talking about earlier. All right, now, while that's working, I want to show you guys this, okay? This looks like see, it's served like this, wrapped it up. It's all wrapped up. You open this. This, if you're going to make it from this looks like a curry Hershey's bar, and you would just put that in there and let it dissolve. But we're not doing that tonight. We're actually going to do this from scratch, as I said. Put this right back in there, and I will use that for another meal. And also, another great thing, folks, when you make this, you will have extra sauce. You can freeze that and use it over again. It's so, so good. All right, right now, we're getting a nice boil going. Trying to get some water. There we go, without all the stuff. And I'm just going to, about a cup. Going to put that in here. It's kind of like deglazing a pan, but this one is just a roux. We want to get that roux nice and, oh, it's getting so thick in this water right here. Makes it a lot easier. There we go. Let me rinse those tongs off in there. Perfect. All right. I need a drink. As I mentioned, I got a Chardonnay tonight. Sauvignon Blanc, great, or Pinot Grigio would also go great with this dish. I just had Chardonnay in the house when I was coming down here, so that's what I'm drinking tonight. And it's a Behringer. So if you know the show, you know that I like to get inexpensive wines that taste great. It's an everyday wine. It's like a Budweiser of wines. It's a good beer, great to drink every day. Oh, guys, now we are ready. Ooh. Gonna get as much in there as we can. And that's it, guys. We put the curry, roux, right in there, guys. There we go. Now, as this simmers away, guess what's going to happen? It's going to thicken up very nicely. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to take another break in just a second. Not yet. See that? Oh, it's getting thicker. Because I know you probably have something better to do than watch this sauce thicken. So we're going to let you go do that something better right now. So come on back. And when we come back, we're going to put it all together. So come right back and I'll be here. Hi, I'm Charles Minnick, host of GTV's smash hit, Cooking with Charles. I've teamed up with the Goffstown Network to tell you about their outreach and food pantry programs. The mission of the Goffstown Network is to provide for the hunger-related needs of our neighbors in Goffstown and their surrounding communities. Founded with the governing principles that no person should go hungry and every person deserves our care. The Goffstown Network serves the area by providing food and other services on an emergency short-term basis. This spirit of community and mutual caring is extended to anyone in Goffstown, Dunbarton, and New Boston. Normal hours of operation are Wednesday evenings, 6 to 8 p.m., and Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. to noon. Now, you can also assist them through donations of time, food, or money. Like the help they give, the help they receive is also greatly appreciated. You can reach them by calling the number on your screen or by stopping by the Parish House of St. Matthew's Church. It's located in downtown Goffstown at 7 North Mass Street, right across from Sully's. You guys always catch me when I'm refilling my wine glass. Welcome back. Okay, we've got some great Japanese curry over here. Smells wonderful. It's thickened up nicely. We've let it simmer for just a few moments. We're actually going to turn it down now, actually turn it off, because we don't need this to cook anymore. Look at that. Oh. Again, if we had smell-o-vision TVs, I can't even want to go there. Now, I mentioned you need rice, ramen, or udon. Well, we don't have rice, and for those of you that don't know, udon are the thick, white Japanese noodles. I went with ramen. I don't even have the, oh yes, package is right here. Your basic ramen noodle, 5 for $1. You know what? You take that spice pack out. These are actually not bad for you, and it's a great noodle. Look at this. So I've already prepared these ahead of time, and I'm just gonna put those right there. Because yeah, I love ramen noodles. I don't like the spice pack, but I love ramen noodles. The texture, the stringiness, the versatility of these. If you start using them, you're gonna see you can use these all over the place. From pasta to spaghetti. Imagine a Lady and the Tramp, Japanese, with the ramen noodles. I can't do that as well as my 4-year-old. I won't even try. All right, so here we go, folks. Japanese comfort food. You are gonna love this. All you're gonna have to do is, now what I like with mine is I like to put a little Parmesan cheese on mine, but I didn't bring any with me, so. All right, Let's check this out. Oh, it smells so good. It's just a big dirty plate of beauty comfort food. Check this out. Let's go this camera right over here. See, here we go. Oh, camera right over here. Oh, we're not going the camera over there. There we go. Nothing but the best like cooking with Charles. Look at that, guys, huh? Oh, that's beautiful. All right, now let's try this out. Ooh, got a little bit of noodle, a little bit of chicken, and a little bit of summer squash. You add that all together, you get a lot of heaven. This is wonderful, guys. I don't know where you are tonight, but right here, we're in New Hampshire. It is about 10 below with the wind chill. And this is actually a great winter meal. Oh. Oh my word. This is to die for. Oh, this is really good. Now I can see why the Japanese love this. And the Japanese Navy loves it every Friday. Ooh, little cayenne in there. It gets you at the end, but this is good stuff, guys. Real good stuff. Ginger, a wonderful addition. I think next time I make it, I may try something like the agave nectar or honey. Honey would be a great sweetener for this. But for now, my God, it's good. Folks, you have just spent another great half an hour with me. Thank you so much. Please make this, and please, when you make this at home, let me know how you liked it, how it came out for you. So until next week, guys, be happy and cook for those you love. They'll love you right back. This has been another episode of Cooking with Charles, which means you're cook with good looking. All right, we'll see you next week. I'm going to finish this off.